What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Truman Show. They be sinking like a robot. This car is pulling up and stopping right now as I walk up to the intersection. This truck is pulling up when I get across the intersection. This white truck is turning as he's driving next to me. This truck is coming out in front of me. This is a place where they're always sinking like a robot. It's always really obvious on Sunday mornings that they're sinking like a robot. This car stopped right before here. I think he's sinking like a robot. But it's always really obvious on Sunday mornings that they're sinking like a robot because there'll just be cars driving by at places where they're always sinking like a robot, like this place. Then there's these three cars all pulling up simultaneous with each other. And then there's just nothing, and then there's cars sinking like a robot, and then there's nothing, and then there's cars sinking like a robot. It's just really obvious on Sunday mornings. Is this car sinking like a robot? I'm at the corner of the building. Is he sinking like a robot? Is this gonna sink like a robot? I'm at the corner of the building. Is he sinking like a robot? This car is pulling up. It's gonna stop right when I walk up to the intersection, sinking like a robot. I think the light turned yellow right when I walked up to the intersection, sinking like a robot. And they're sinking like a robot. These cars are both pulling up at the same time as each other. They look like they're sinking like a robot. That truck met those cars at the intersection over there. Everybody's out here sinking like a robot. Or is he pulling up behind me at the door where they sink like a robot? They do multiple things sinking like a robot. The cars are driving right there behind me through the intersection. The light turned green, synced. I sound like a robot. At least I don't look like a robot, walk around synced like a robot. This is a place where they always sink like a robot. This car is driving right now, synced like a robot. How am I the one that synced when there's a million people around me synced like a robot? Did you see that truck synced like a robot? How could I be the one that synced? What does that mean? This car is gonna sink like a robot, and it pulled up to the intersection, synced like a robot before it sinks like a robot next to me. It's driving by at the door, synced like a robot. They love to drive by at the harbor bar, either the corners of it or the door of it, or all three. They love to sink like a robot. That's why I like recording on Sunday mornings and late at night, is because there's nothing else out here. There's no cars anywhere in the distance or anywhere right now. Like, there's nothing. It's just cars at the harbor bar in places where they sink like a robot, in intersections and stuff. Places where they tend to sink like a robot constantly all day, every day. Here comes the intersection. Are they gonna sink? I hear a car right now. Right when I step over the curb, over there somewhere. Oh, there he is. He's driving out at the corner of the building when I walk by it. I heard him right when I stepped over the curb, and he's driving out at the corner of the building right when I walk by it. He sinks like a robot. This car is gonna pull up, sink like a robot. I guarantee it. He's like slowly rolling up to the intersection. He's stopping right here at the piano where they always sink like a robot, and then he's gonna drive by me at the crosswalk, right? Oh, right after the crosswalk. He missed it. He's not perfectly synced like a robot. I think he stopped at the intersection at the edge of his door where they always sink like a robot. I hear a car right now at a place where they love to sink like a robot. Like, I don't hear any other cars either. Like, I just hear it right there. This truck is stopping right now as I walk up to the intersection, and then he's gonna sink like a robot again. Where is he gonna sink like a robot at? At a place where they always sink like a robot at it? Is he gonna sink like a robot at the place where they always sink like a robot at it? And then this one's at the other side of it? Place where they always sink like a robot? That Ravenwood? They always sink at the corners of it when I walk by it. Sink like a robot. Sink like a robot. Place where they always sink like a robot. If you go watch all my 3,000 videos that I've ever recorded throughout history, they always sink like a robot at all of these places I'm walking by. There's no other cars except, well, that one red truck a minute ago. I don't know about him, but other than that one, there's been no other cars that are not at places where they always sink like a robot. It's all at places where they always sink like a robot. Okay, this one's questionable too. Okay, so that's 2 cars the whole video. This car's stopping right at a place where they sink like a robot. This car's driving by at a place where they sink like a robot. This car is stopping as this one's driving by me. He's driving again at a place where they sink like a robot. They're synced like a robot. They sink like a robot. And this one's gonna sink like a robot. I'm almost at the intersection right now. I'm almost there. Did he sink like a robot? These birds are going crazy. I think that car was sinking like a robot. Alright, now watch. As I walk back up the street again, they're gonna sink at the same places again, probably. And they're gonna be synced like a robot, and they're gonna be snorting fat rails of sink powder. They're gonna be synced out of their fucking minds. Synced out on the street again. OD'd on sync. Synced like a robot. Here we go. I see cars coming. Are they gonna sink? He's gonna stop at the intersection when I walk by the crosswalk. Sink. He's gonna drive by at the red door where they sink. Remember yesterday's videos when I walked by the red door and they sink? He synced like a robot. This is a place where they always sink. Remember yesterday's videos when I walked by here and they sink? He synced like a robot. These are all places where they sink like a robot. He's sinking way up the street right now too. This is a place where they sink like a robot. There's a guy on a bike right there. He's getting across the street right now as this pulls up right now. Is that the yeah guy? I think that's the yeah guy. He always drives by me and he's like, yeah, right as he drives by me. I think that was the yeah guy. He always drives by me, and then right as he's right next to me on the street, he's like, yeah! And he just pulled up right as I walked up to the intersection. He's like, am I synced like a robot? What do you guys think? Was he synced like a robot? There's a car turning way up the street right now. He looks like he's synced like a robot right now. They like to sink a mile away from me even. They're sync-tarded like that. I think this white truck coming up the street is about to sink like a robot. Hope I'm wrong, but I'm usually right because most people are sinking like a robot. He's gonna drive right. Oh, there's a car honking right as he stops. He's gonna drive right now. He synced like a robot. The car honking is behind me or some shit. Huh. This door is a place where they always sync like a robot. There's a sync like a robot. These are all places where they sync like robots every day. If you go watch all 3,000 of my videos, they always sync like robots at all these places. Except for 2 cars the entire video, they're all driving by at places where they sync like a robot. This car is pulling up to the intersection, and okay. This car is turning in front of me right now, way up there. Did you see him? He synced like a robot. He synced like a robot. Alright. I was almost at this door, and I'm almost at the Harbor Bar corner right now. Are they early syncs? They drunk driving synced? What's going on, man? I think they're supposed to sync it like a robot, but they're drunk driving or something. Where's all the syncs like a robot? There's a sync like a robot right now. Are the rest of them in church not reading Luke 20:20? At least read all the other verses. This car's getting across the street right now. Oh, this truck's driving out. I think it was it the one that was next to me or a different blue truck? Or is that him? That's a blue truck turning in front of me. It's a lot of blue trucks. Are they all synced like a robot? What's up, bird? Bird's yelling at me. I think that car was late for the sync. This car is pulling up and stopping right now. I don't know. But when I walk up to the intersection, I bet it's gonna look synced like a robot. I bet when I walk up to the intersection, it's gonna look synced like a robot. This car is coming out on the street right now. This truck's pulling up right now. This is pulling up right now. The light turned green right in the center of the street. It looks synced like a robot. Just always looks synced like a robot. This truck turning behind me at the door again. It's like deja vu, synced like a robot. It's like every time I walk up the street, things happen in places at the same places. There's a lot of other things happening that I'm not talking about that are synced like a robot. That door is a place where they sync like a robot. It's like either that door or this alley thing. They always sync like a robot there at both of those places or one of them. They love to sync like a robot at places. Very specifically strategic places and moments. This truck is turning in front of me. The corner of the building looks like a robot. Just never know. A car might just drive out really fast, sync like a robot, and I'll miss it. I won't be able to turn my camera fast enough. Well, you're walking up and down the same street. What do you mean? I'm walking by the corner of Harbor Bar. This white SUV is pulling up. Okay, it's not at the door. Okay. Is he gonna drive by me at the crosswalk though? There's a loud car coming out behind me right now. Loud truck coming. Is he gonna sink like a robot? He's like right after the place where they sink like a robot. Let's just start driving. It has a 33 on the plate. It's driving again right as I walk in front of it. It's driving out behind me right now at the corner of the building. This is right here. Synced like a robot. This is pulling up synced like a robot. This is pulling up synced like a robot, and it's driving at the center of the street synced like a robot. It's synced like a robot. This is pulling up here at a place where they sync like a robot, and then it's gonna drive by me at a place where they sync like a robot. It's driving by me at the corner of the building where they sync like a robot. They sync like a robot. Dude, you need to go to BHS. What's BHS? And ask for help. What you're doing makes people in this town not want to let their kids be out and about. Yeah, right. They send their kids right out in front of my camera while I record, and then they're like, "You're recording my children?" And they send all their stalker children around me all the time to stalk me. There's a car coming out in front of me right now, way up the street. He's sinking like a robot. This is a place where they love to sink like a robot. There's been like a couple of cars in the distance that I haven't mentioned, like throughout the entire video. For the most part, it's just cars that I'm like pointing my camera at and shit. This loud truck started driving at the center of the street. It's pulling up when I get across the street. It's driving when I walk by. Oh, he's revving his engine. Is he a scary truck? Are they gonna drive by me simultaneous? Is it Simon Eltanius? Simon, go home. You're sinking like a robot again. Go home, Simon. Quit sinking like a robot. Yeah, like there's no cars though. Like there's no cars. Like there's been like a few cars in the distance that I haven't mentioned throughout the entire video. Other than that, like there's no cars. So there's like a few of them that like I don't know if they're sinking like a robot. But all the rest of them are sinking like a robot. Wow. I love Sunday mornings because there's less people out here sinking like a robot. There'd probably be more of them though if I wasn't live on Syncbusters right now though. I'm almost at the corner of the building right now. Is that at the corner of the building? This is at the alley. Was it sinking like a robot? This is right here at the place where they sink like a robot all the time. Is he sinking like a robot? This is turning out at the corner of the building. Is it sinking like a robot? This is straightening out on the street as he drives by me, and they're both red. Are they sinking like a robot? Fire. The light's turning when I walk up, I think. This car is turning when I walk up. Is he sinking like a robot? There's a white car way down the street that looks like he's sinking like a robot. There's a loud red car driving out over here. Is he sinking like a robot? I don't know. Probably sinking like a robot. Drugs are no good, man. Why not? I'm just joking. You don't like caffeine? That car was turning right as that car drove by me. Is he gonna sink like a robot again? Okay. I don't know. I think it met that car at the intersection actually behind me. Just be doing all types of sinking like a robot things. That is not caffeine, it's meth. What's meth? Is that why they're sinking like a robot? For meth? They get free meth from the CIA or something? To sink like a robot? Wow. I don't think anything sinked like a robot at that street. I don't know. I think I hear a car coming behind me though. Is he gonna sink like a robot? He's gonna sink like a robot. The other car in front of me at the same time. This one's at the corner of the building. That one was at that building. The first one was at that building. Sing like a robot. Thinking like a robot. I think these cars are sinking like a robot. And then he's going to go into church sinking like a robot. And then he's going to not read Luke 20:20. Oh, he's not going to church? I'm at the corner. I think it's the corner of the building sink. Was it the corner of the building sink? He's turning in the parking lot when I walk up to the street. Are you on drugs or schizophrenic? Nope. Are they sinking like a robot? Yup. Have they been sinking like a robot the entire video? Yup. If you go watch the entire video, they've been sinking like a robot repetitively on a loop, sinking like a robot. This car is pulling up to this intersection as this car is pulling up to this intersection at the exact same time as each other. And then they're gonna sink like a robot. The light's gonna turn green right now. The white car is at the alley. Is the light gonna turn green? Don't sink like a robot. Alright, I think the light turned yellow when the last car drove by me. The Terminator. Huh, that's funny because it's literally the Terminator. It's literally that. It's literally the Terminator. And Sarah Connor was right, and they wanted to put her in a psych ward and shove pills down her throat, even though she was right the whole time. And then what happened? Everyone got fucking nuked because they were fucking retarded. They didn't listen to Sarah Connor. Boo! This is driving by me at the curb. Did you see it? That was driving by me at the curb. Did you see him drive by me at the curb? That's at the corner of the building. It's like the Terminator mixed with Idiocracy. It's like the Tardinator. He's at the curb and he's revving his engine right next to me as he drives by me. Is he seeing? Is that psychological terrorism? To do that all day, every day? He's driving right now. It's right before the curb. This car is driving right now. It's a place where they love to sink. It's driving by right after the other place where they love to sink, and this was almost at the intersection when it drove by me, and this is right at the bench where they love to sink, and this truck was turning out as it drove by me, I think. And they love to sink. They just love to sink. And that's at the corner of the building. And that's right after the corner of the building. And then he's gonna sink at the corner of the building. Red, and then another red car pulling up right when I walk up to the street. And then that red car is turning over there. I think he's sinking it. And this is pulling up when I get across the street. And then it's just sitting there staring at me. And then it's gonna slowly drive and be a creep. Did it sink with something when it drove by me, maybe? I don't know. Maybe a car was driving in front of me at the same time or something. It's meeting that car at the intersection as the siren is starting. And I'm right here at the place where they always sink. Right as the siren starts. This is the place where they always sink. Hear the car door close right there. Place where they always sink. And I think they were sitting in that car. They turned their lights off. Sink, they think. When I walked by the car, there was somebody walking by me on the sidewalk, and that car just drove by at a place where they always sink, the corner of the 411. And he's gonna hit his brakes right now, right? He's hitting his brakes right now. Did you see him hit his brakes right now? Place they always sink. There's a car turning up the street right now. It looks like he's sinking it. This guy on the bike gonna sink. I'm at the corner of the bank right now when the pedophile on the bike sinks. It's the pedophile bike guy. He always sinks on me, and he's a pedophile on a bike. This is a place where they always sink, the edge of the door. This truck's meeting it at the intersection, robotically synced. He's a loud truck. He's gonna drive by me, a scary loud truck at the crosswalk. He's gonna sit at the intersection for eternity and then drive it synced. He's gonna sit at the intersection for eternity and then drive it right at the door where they sink. This is also a door where they sink. was driving at the corner of the building where they sink. Another red car was driving to that intersection right as that red car started to drive at the corner of the building where they sink. They're synced. He's stopping at the intersection right now. And the loud truck's stopping at the intersection right now. The red one stopped at the sidewalk and the truck stopped at the curb. Some shit. They like to sync. It's the favorite activity to sync around me for a human trafficking cult. I think this car was sinking, the one that's turning over there. This red car coming behind me is probably about to sink on me. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm usually right. I saw a car up the street that was sinking on me. They like to do distance sinks. That one looks like a distance sink. They like to sink white SUVs on me all day, every day. This is part of the sink culture. To sink on me at doors where they always sink. There's a white SUV turning in front of me right now at the corner of Harbor Bar where they always sink. They love to sink. That truck is meeting that truck at the intersection. Is he stopping at the intersection? The truck is pulling up. But he's driving through it right now. The light turned green. He's driving through right now. Damn, where's all the close by sinks? They're just gonna do a bunch of distance sinks. This car is stopping right now. I hear something behind me. Did you hear the banging sound behind me? It was right when I got across the street. This truck is driving right now. Then he's gonna drive by me at the other side. Kinda late for it. They love to sink at those places. These are all black and silver cars. It's driving in front of me right there. They're all black and silver cars. How does this happen, dude? That's a silver car, and it's turning at the door where they sink. Like, how is it that I'm always seeing a bunch of cars that are like all the same color, or all black and silver, or all red and blue? That's driving by at the door. It's like every time I walk by that door, there's a car driving by me, right? So far on this video, these are black and silver. They like to sync black and silver cars together all day, every day. This is pulling up as I walk in front of the car. I think it's a white SUV. Is it a white SUV? I think some guy's yelling at me over here. Someone yelling. Woo. This loud truck is starting to drive right when I get across the street. It's over there. He's stopping right now. The white SUV. It just goes on and on and on and on. Like, it just goes on and on. Coincidentally, all day, every day. Just coincidentally, all day, every day. Right? just coincidentally all day, every day. This car is sitting at the stop sign for no reason, and he's driving right at this moment. Why do people keep sitting at stop signs and then driving right at a moment? Why are they sitting at the stop sign so long? Like, maybe they're just checking their text messages or something, but like, why do they always drive right at a moment though? They pull up and stop at a moment, and then they drive at a moment, perfectly orchestrated. Like, that's weird, right? It just like keeps happening over and over. And then like if I walk up and down the same street, they're gonna drive by at all the same places. Isn't that weird? It's like a phenomenon, right? My car pulled up at the center of the street, and it's gonna drive by me when I get across the street. There's another car driving in front of me. Synced it, I think. He's hitting his brakes right now. It's gonna drive at the corner of Harbor Bar. It's like a phenomenon, right? That they're always synced up like a robot at specific places. There's someone walking in front of me. Are they syncing it? I'm not at the door yet. I don't know. Just checking to see if they're syncing it. They might be, I don't know. It's a high possibility that they're syncing it. You hear the cars honking? This is a place where they love to sync like a robot at. This looks like it's syncing like a robot right now. There's a white car driving in front of me. Did you see it? Looks like they're syncing like a robot. There's a silver truck driving out in front of me as the silver cars next to me, simultaneous with each other. At the exact same time as each other. There's a white SUV coming up the street. He's gonna sync like a robot. When I walk by the crosswalk, he's gonna drive right there. He's driving right now as I walk by the crosswalk. He's syncing like a robot. I knew he's gonna do that exact thing. He's syncing like a robot. How did I know he's gonna do that exact thing? Is it because he's syncing like a robot? This car is pulling up right at the corner of the bank where they love to sync like a robot on me. This guy walking by me as the car turns. This car's gonna sync like a robot. Singing like a robot. This car is singing like a robot. It's black, silver and black, and then another black car is coming up when I get across the street. They love to sync silver and black together. And then there's a black car with the other black car when I get across the street. And he's gonna drive by the place where they always sync like a robot. Oh, it's a blue car, never mind. He synced like a robot though. He was definitely synced like a robot. I'm blue, da ba dee da ba die. Sync like a bot. Sync like a bot. I hear engine sounds behind me that seem like they're synced like a robot. I see a car in front of me that synced like a robot. Way up the street, I see a white truck in front of me right now, synced like a robot. Did you see him? I see other things synced like robots that I'm not talking about. There's a lot of things that I see in here syncing like robots. There's a car coming up behind me. He's about to sync like a robot, I think. Hope he doesn't sync like a robot at a door where they sync like a robot. There's a red and blue car over there that look like they're doing a red and blue thing because they like to sync red and blue cars together all the time. I think they're doing that. And I think this is syncing like a robot pulling up right as I walk in front of the car. And here comes the blue car as I get across the street. And this one's just sitting here waiting for what? Waiting for what? To sync like a robot with the blue car? Just sitting there waiting for what? There's a red car. I think it's syncing with the blue car. And it's driving by the door where they sync like a robot. Remember the last time I walked by that door and they synced it like a robot? Because they're syncing like a robot. You hear them driving right there, syncing like a robot? That's a place where they sync like a robot. That's because he's syncing like a robot. They just sync like a robot, and then they try to make me look like I'm a schizo, but I'm not. And they're syncing like a robot. This is at the crosswalk as the other car stops at the intersection and the other red truck is driving out in front of me, seems like a robot. This truck is driving out right when the white truck stops. Is he synced like a robot? This car is pulling up here at a place where it's synced like a robot. Is it synced like a robot? Probably all synced like robots. There's a car turning out up the street ahead of me at a place where they always love to sync like a robot. Is he gonna sync like a robot again at another place where they love to sync like a robot? He's like stopped on the street and he's gonna drive right now at the place where they sync like a robot. He's driving really slowly though. He's gonna creep up and then he's gonna sync like a robot, I bet. Is he gonna sync like a robot? This truck's driving out right when I step up to the street. This car is just creeping up. Is it gonna sync like a robot when I get across the street? Is it driving off next to me? Does it sync like a robot? I think I saw that car a minute ago going the opposite way too. Was that car synced like a robot? Like, are all the cars on this entire video synced like a robot, pretty much? Like, pretty much all of them are synced like a robot? Like this? Are pretty much all of them like this? Like, synced like a robot like this? Are pretty much all of them synced like a robot like that? This is a place where they always sync like a robot. This car is pulling up to the intersection at the same time. This truck's gonna drive right now when I walk up to the intersection. It syncs like a robot. The white SUV is turning in front of me right now. It synced like a robot. The one that was synced like a robot before. I know there's been a lot of white SUVs synced like a robot the entire video though, so that's the place where they always sync like a robot. That's why I turn my camera that way. Because that's a place where they always sync like a robot. Right where the car was driving by me at. Don't sync like a robot. Alright, it's not at the corner of the building. Is it at the door maybe? There's this white SUV as the red car stops at the intersection right here. I don't know. Sometimes it's a guessing game, like who was synced like a robot. This car in front of me right now, I think, is definitely synced like a robot. This is my thoughts, but when I come up to the intersection though, it's gonna look synced like a robot. It's gonna look synced like a robot. It's gonna look synced like a robot when I walk up to the intersection. Where'd all these cars come from? Is it synced like a robot? Dude, where did all these cars come from? Wasn't there no cars just a minute ago? Is that synced like a robot?